We have contact. Purge the Steelers filth. Brother down. Squad is broken. Avenge me, my brothers.
The Emperor has gifted us with a mission to redeem ourselves. The Blood Angels need no longer carry the burden of defeat. We have detected the sin of damnation near our home planet. Low-frequency scans of the Space Hulk reveal the presence of gene stealers.
Brothers, vengeance shall be ours. Squadron Red Zone ready for deployment.
Hey there, and welcome to the first episode in what will be a new Let's Play. This is Space Hulk, the 2013 version. I remember when I was a little kid, I had in the Space Hulk Vengeance of the Blood Angels, which was released in, I think, 1995, and I absolutely adored that game. It was fantastic. It played straight from the CD-ROM. Of course, we had CD-ROMs back in those days, and it was a really fun game. I was never very good at it. I didn't really understand tactics and such at the time, but I was very much interested in Warhammer. I did also collect Warhammer tabletop version at that time. I was a vanilla marine, a Smurf collector, the Ultramarines. I also moved on to Eldar at a later date. So I collected a few things back then when I was small, and I also had Warhammer Quest, which was a great game, enjoyed that a lot. Unfortunately, that is discontinued as a board game, as is Space Hulk, in fact, although I believe they will probably, I say they, I mean Games Workshop, will probably bring out a new version of Space Hulk sometime soon if this game does well, because that's what they do. They're very, I want to say, consumer orientated, but no, they are money orientated, and if people enjoy this game and lots of people buy it, then I have no doubts it will return to the tabletop version. You can still get versions of Space Hulk for the tabletop from eBay and such. You can even still get some that have not been opened. They will cost you a pretty penny, but they may be worth it if you're into that sort of thing. Now, there are a couple of things I have to get off my chest before we start. The first is that I've only played like 3 missions of this game, which is the intro missions, to sort of get myself acquainted with the controls. Basically, I've done the tutorial basically, and it's very much like the original Space Hulk board game, even down to the fact that apparently the first part of the campaign is the missions from the Space Hulk board game manual. I haven't actually played the tabletop game, but I've seen it played, and I sort of understand the rules. It's very simple, really. And this looks to be pretty much the board game on a PC, so fantastic. You don't even need to buy the models or anything, so this is great. It doesn't quite have the same feel as rolling dice, but there are dice rolls and such in this, and it tells you what they are and why everyone died, and etc, etc. So pretty cool. I do have one niggling thing that annoys the hell out of me. It's a canonical thing, or canon. It is the very intro of this game. As you saw, it said 1,000 Blood Angels deployed. Now, in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, each chapter of Space Marines has 1,000 men in it, which means they would have deployed the entire Blood Angels chapter. Now, it seems to me that they are suggesting they deployed 1,000 Terminators, which is ridiculous. Each chapter of Space Marines only has around 100 Terminator suits, because they are, or rather tactical dreadnought armor, because they are very rare relics, and they are only given to the most experienced people in each chapter. That's the first thing that bugs me, that there are 1,000 Blood Angels deployed in Terminator armor from what it sounds like. That annoys me, because obviously they wouldn't have enough Terminator armor. The second thing that annoys me is, and this is thanks to Storm Fury who pointed this out to me, and he is also an avid Warhammer player, that the Blood Angels, in fact, are a dying chapter. Their gene seed is very spoiled, which is why they have such things as Blood Rage and Black Rage, I think it's called, something like that. I haven't played Blood Angels, so I don't really know, but that also means that their chapter is well below 1,000 Space Marines. They recruit from their brother chapters and their successor chapters, which are, if you want to learn lore, go and look it up on Wikipedia or whatever. But that means that the Blood Angels do not even have 1,000 Marines in which to deploy to lose 950 of them. So that's another issue that annoys me. Having said that, from what I've played of this game so far, it seems really fun. So I'm going to go ahead and let's play it. So now that my rant is over, the first sort of 10 minutes of this video, I'm very sorry about that. Having said that, if any of you guys who are on Steam, who have me on Steam, play Warhammer, I will be very happy to talk with you about it. I'm sure that Stormfury is getting bothered by me being only able to talk to him about it on my Steam list. So if anyone plays Warhammer and would like to talk about it, feel free to hit me up. I've only just started recollecting since I was a kid, so bear that in mind. And I'm going to go ahead and get this. So if you want to talk about it, add me to Steam, we'll talk. So let's go ahead and start the campaign. So we have Select Mission, which this is the boarding prequel is the tutorial, basically, and Sin of Damnation is what I believe to be the campaign to be. So we're going to go ahead and do this, because I've done this already and it's quite boring, to be honest. It just teaches you controls. So Sin of Damnation is where we're going. I have not even completed the first mission yet. There are 12 missions in total, so we're going to go ahead and try to get through these with as few losses as possible. So let's go ahead and start.
There is
the
a
mission.
large bank of functioning escape pods in a sector well beyond our established perimeter. The enemy must not escape. Cleanse the control room. No matter the cost, this will be done. Sergeant of the squad, accept your orders. You command one squad. You will deploy your Terminators here. Scanners have detected Xeno's life signs in these areas. Deep scans indicate the target is in this area. Bathe the control room in flame, and protect the battle brother who bears the heavy flamer. If he falls, all is lost.
Alright, before we start this, I quickly need to check that my cursor is showing, because that's kind of important. Okay, it is, good. I forgot to check that before I started recording. So, we need to get these 5 guys here over to this room here, flame this room, and then the mission will end. This is called Suicide Mission, because there's no escape, obviously. So, let's go ahead and start this. We'll load things up, and you will notice, of course, there are 2 banners in the background. The one on the right is my custom banner, and it has a couple of changes to it. Because I've done the tutorial, I'll be able to change it a little bit. So this is our deployment phase. We have a Sergeant Lorenzo, we have Brother Zale, who has a flamer, we have Brother Noctis, Brother Dino, or Dino, and Brother Gloriel, or Goriel, whatever. So there is a order which you lay these guys out in. It goes very important person, scrub, scrub, scrub. That's how it works. If you get that reference, well done. Alright, so we are deployed. I want to turn the camera the other way. There we go, like this. Now then, let's have a look-see. Now, we've got different icons here, and you would have learnt this from the tutorial if you'd done it, but obviously you haven't unless you own this game, in which case you probably have done it, in which case it's going to be wasted on you. We have over here, these are deployment areas with these half circles. And if they are, in fact, no, I think I can't even tell if they have any gene stealers there lurking, but these could be lurking gene stealers, because it's half circle, and that's where they come in from, so there could be gene stealers there. Over here we have full circles, and these are blips, or known as blips, and that means that there are gene stealers there. We don't know how many gene stealers are there. It could be 1 to 3 per blip, according to the board game rules. I'm not quite sure that applies to this game rules, but I see no reason why it shouldn't. So 1 to 3 gene stealers in each of these blips, so there could be 6 gene stealers right here, which is frankly deadly, and I don't want to fuck with them. So I want to kill them before they get to me. Fortunately we have guns and they do not. So first things first, we need to get moving out right here. Now, they're going to come in from this way. There's only one way through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deploy right here. This is going to cost me 4 movement points. In fact, I should go over that before I go any further. Each movement costs 1 movement point. This one here costs 2 because there is a door in the way. It costs 1 point to open a door. It costs 1 movement point to move forwards. It costs 2 movement points to move backwards, and it costs 1 point to fire, 1 point to use your power fist to smash stuff. It costs 2 points for Overwatch, which is very, very useful. Basically, it means that every time a Gene Stealer moves a square and you can see it and you're on Overwatch, you get a chance to shoot him, and your chances to hit him improve as he moves, or with successive shots. So that's a really essential thing to use. Guard, I actually don't know what that means. I imagine it's for close assault dice, so I'm imagining that is for say Lightning Claw Terminators or your Sergeant or a Thunderhammer, but your Sergeant has a power sword, so I imagine that he will be really good on guard, but that's for if you're going to be definitely in hand-to-hand combat. That's definitely what you want. And move and fire at target is used fairly often, and open door, of course, if there is a door in front of you. So it also costs 1 movement point to turn in any direction. Well, actually, to turn backwards it costs 2, so 90 degrees costs you 2 AP point. It costs you 1 AP point, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to go over here in front of this door, and I'm going to turn this way, which will cost me 5 points. So he only has 4, you can see right here, 4 points, but you have command points as well, which give you extra points you can use for certain things, like moving or shooting, putting people on Overwatch, that sort of thing. And these are random each turn. I think actually you start with 6 on the first turn every mission, but that could change and I'm not 100% sure. So what I want to do is I want to open this door right now, because there is no reason not to use your AP points while you have them. Alright, now we're going to move up the other scrubs. I'm going to move this guy to here, and that will cost me 5 AP again, because he's moving 4, no, he's moving 5 in fact, so it's going to cost me all that. And I will also open this door. I don't think that anything will come into his vision this turn, so I'm not going to use the other AP to get him to go onto Overwatch, because there doesn't seem to be any reason to do that. I am, however, going to move this Terminator up here for 5. That's Brother Noctis. And Zale, we're going to move him over... Should I move him here? Or should I put him here? No, I'm just going to put him right there. Now, the Heavy Flamer, while it needs to stay alive, is going to be very useful for taking out these guys right here, because there's going to be a lot of Gene Stealers here, so I'm going to need to take them out fairly sharpish. And while this guy could protect the flank, it's not a good idea to rely on a Stormbolter, because I've noticed that guns jam a lot. So anyway, we're going to end turn here, and the Xenos, which are the Gene Stealers, are going to move. Well, Xenos is the collective term for Tyranids and Eldar and Dark Eldar and Tau and that sort of thing. Anyway, so it looks like we have a lot of Gene Stealers there. We can actually see what they have. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Gene Stealers. That is a lot of Gene Stealers. A lot of Gene Stealers. We can actually re-roll our command points as well while we have our Sergeant alive. Does that only appear? No, I can do that whenever. Don't matter if I've got him selected or not. So now I could actually move all the way up here, but I'm not going to do that. Now what I do want to do is I want to leave this guy on Overwatch for a turn, because he will thin out the ranks down here, and that will be good. And then I'm going to use Brother Zale here to flame this whole area, take out whatever's left, and put up a flame sort of barrier to stop anything coming out of there for at least another turn. Because when you lay down flame, it will keep that area impassable, basically, for a turn. The Gene Stealers can try and run through it, but it's a 2+ to kill them. So, and you'll understand that when we start rolling dice. But obviously it's a dice, it has 1 to 6, and a 2+ will kill. So anyway, let's start moving these guys forward. This door is already open, so I'm going to move this guy. I'm going to move him 3. Yeah, well, I'm going to move him 7 technically, and that will leave me with 2 command points in which to put him into Overwatch. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there are no definite blips over here, so that is a safe
Going
move.
to Overwatch.
So he's going into Overwatch right now, so if any appear and come down here, he will automatically shoot them until his bolter jams or until they kill him. Now then, we're going to have all these guys right here are going to continue upwards, and I'm going to have Zale, he is going to go and turn this way.
Yes, Commander.
Like so, and he's going to wait there. He's not actually going to do anything else. Now, the commander can just step around Zale, so that's what he's going to do. He's going to continue up this way. So we leave Zale behind, just for the time being, because we're going to need him further on, but he needs to cover our rear so that we can get these other Terminators into a position where they can overwatch us around the objective. We need to hold this corridor here, so we need a Terminator here, a Terminator here, and a Terminator here, just to hold these corridors, and then I want to have another Terminator here to hold the rear, and one here to hold this corridor as well. So we need one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. That's 5, and then we need Zale to go up here and flame this room, which is more than we have, so that's not great. I think maybe what we will do is we will have one guy here and then one guy here to cover when, or maybe here, or we'll just run up and flame this room. That seems to be the best plan, I expect, actually. Has everyone moved now? Yes, they have. Let's end the turn. Alright, so these guys are going to come through this door. Did I put him on Overwatch? I really hope I
Brothers, Xenos contact spotted.
did. No, I did not. That was dumb of me. I thought I put him on Overwatch. Never mind. Alright, so we've got another Gene Stealer there. Actually, that's fine. I'm not too bothered about that. We've got another Gene Stealer there as well. Alright, so yeah, I didn't put this guy on Overwatch, and that was a huge mistake, but not the end of the world, actually. I can deal with that. So, I want you, if you go here and turn, that's going to be 8 points, which leaves me with 1 point, which I don't think I want to do. I will deal with that in a minute. I'm going to move the Sergeant out of the way. And seeing as I forgot to put this guy onto Overwatch, which was a fucking stupid thing to do, I'm going to now move him out of the way, and we're just going to light up this corridor with flame, which will be really good. So you'll enjoy that, trust me. Right, so Brother Zale, you are going to shoot your heavy flamer for 2 points, and you are going to shoot it right there. And that toasted a whole bunch of Gene Stealers. So I think it's a 2+ to kill with a flamer. Yeah, 2+ with a heavy flamer kills. So 1 Gene Stealer survives back there, but he's got to go through all of this flame right here in order to hurt us. So that's fine. We're going to move Zale up with the rest of the company, because that area is basically safe for a turn. And then we can turn around and flame again if we absolutely have to. And this door apparently is jammed or something. That's a bit odd. Anyway, we have another guy here. Now you, I think I just want to leave this guy where he is on Overwatch. Actually, I can get him to... no, I would be better off just moving this guy. I think actually I want to move him to there, and that leaves 2 points for overwatching, because he has to overwatch if he's going to be there. So yeah, we'll move him to there. He's going to go diagonally across here. There we go. And then he'll turn, march, march, turn, and then we will put him onto Overwatch. So, Brother Noctis, you are going to Overwatch, and this guy, you are also going to Overwatch. That's good. And the Sergeant can still move, so he's going to move his 2 up here. He can't Overwatch through another Terminator, which is a shame, but that's just the way it is. Now then, I'm going to move this Terminator forward as well, and I think Zale is also out of AP now, isn't he? Yes, he is. So he can't do anything else this turn. So let's end turn. This Xenos will probably die, the Gene Stealer. There we go. He stepped forward into the flames and killed himself. There are a lot of Gene Stealers down there, which is not great. This guy is on Overwatch. His Overwatch failed.
Weapon jammed.
His weapon jammed. Fortunately, they're out of movement points, so this is going to be tricky. Hopefully we get quite a few command points. 3. I could re-roll that, but I think I'll stick with it. So, the flames are now gone from here, which is not good, because really I would have liked to have killed more of these guys. But, oh well. Right then. First things first, you need to unjam your bolter, and then you need to shoot this guy, who missed. Now you have sustained fire, so you need 5s to hit.
Contact spotted.
And he is dead.
Death demands
That's
vengeance.
good. Now I need to put him back on Overwatch
Scanning
again,
for enemy movement.
because there are 3 guys up here and I cannot let them through. Now you need to shoot twice. You need to shoot this guy. And he got a 6, that's
Let them
fantastic.
fall before us.
He rolled 2 5s. So his bolter should have jammed, but it didn't, so I'm happy about that. I want you to fire at him. And you failed. You have 2 AP left, and I have 2 CP left. Now, I think... well, these guys won't reach Zale in the first turn. So I think what I want to do... if I tell him to fire, I can't actually fire down this way. So that's kind of annoying. I think I want to do sustained fire on this guy. I've got a good chance of killing him. There we go,
The
that's
machine
good.
spirits guide my fire.
Do they really? Alright, so I'm going to have you move up to here, and then you're going to Overwatch.
They will
Like that.
fall.
You just crushed his skull under his iron boot, which I like. I really like that. Alright, so the sergeant is going to move up here, and this guy is probably most likely to die, so he's going to cover him from the rear. We're also going to Overwatch here. Now, I want Zale to move. I can't move him there and turn him around, so I want to turn him here. So he's going to walk forward 2 and then turn around with 2 action points to cover the rear flank. That's not Zale, I'm an idiot. Never mind. I suppose that's fine as well. I can't turn Zale around though. I want to move Zale to here and turn him around. So that was wasted action points, but whatever. It's fine. It's not a problem, I will deal with it later. Alright, so that is all we can do, I think. I only have 5 more shots with Zale as well, so I can use 4 of them, but I need to flame this room. So I can use 4 flamer shots to get Zale up there. I also need to push these guys back so that we can control this area. But let's see what they're going to do and how our Overwatch pans out. So he's going to get Overwatched and killed immediately. That's fantastic. He's going to get Overwatched, I think. Yep. He turns, so he got Overwatched, and this guy, as soon as he moves, he got
My
killed.
bolter has failed me.
He jammed on a double 6. Well, you know, I can't really ask more of you than to jam on a double 6. Oh, I wish I could just flame that whole thing. There's 3 more Gene Stealers right there. That is harsh. Alright. So, the Genos turn is done, or Xenos rather turn is done. Now you, let's see, there's definitely a Gene Stealer there. You're definitely going to move forward at least 2. So we'll do that now, and we'll come back to you. First thing you need to do is unjam
Clear
your
to
bolter.
fire.
And if I can move you forward at least 1.
With all due haste.
It might be worth it to use a command point on him, we'll see. Zale, if you fire here, you can torch this room, which is good, and yeah, we'll do it. Or to kill 2, which it did, and this room is now impassable for a turn, so that's good. Now then, Lorenzo, I don't want you to use any command points. If I move him here, like that, where do I want him to be? I think I want him to be the one who's here, because he has a power sword, so he will be most useful there. In fact, actually, I want him there, and I want a bolter terminator here. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to move him forward. And this guy can still move as well, but I'm just trying to work out what I want to do with him. I do need to keep moving forward though. He has 2 AP left, he has 3 AP, so he could turn around and step back. He has 2 AP. If he steps forward 1... Oh, wait. How many AP do you have? You have 2 AP. So I want to put you on Overwatch for your own
Weapon
AP.
at the ready.
Alright. And then you, if I march you forward, you use 1 AP. Yeah, so we'll put you here. And then we'll put you on Overwatch, use up one of the
Enemy will
command points.
fall before me.
And you still have 3 AP, so I'm going to have you march
Taking
forward
position.
as well. That's good. And now you're going to move... If he moves here, that's 5 movement points. How many points does Zale have? So he could only move backwards. But that's okay. Yeah, Zale's going to move backwards. That's the cheapest way for him to move, so that's fine. Now you, if I move him here, he can not turn around, but he can turn around next turn. So let's move him up here. And that will use up all our command points and all our AP. Action points. Alright, so that's everyone out of points except for you. And you can't really do anything, but you go on Overwatch right there. Just, there's no reason for it really, except for unless this guy dies, which I don't think is very likely. So let's see what happens in the Gene Stealer turn.
Multiple targets acquired.
Wow, this room down here is really shitting out Gene Stealers.
They are close, brothers.
And he's dead.
Bolter malfunction.
Well,
Weapon operational.
you picked the best time for it. So... maybe in fact I want Lorenzo to cover the rear because there are so many Gene Stealers here. He has a much better chance of killing them in close combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Zale has to go at least here. I think I want to re-roll those points. 3, that's better than 2, so I'll take that. Alright, so if I move him here, that will cost, yeah, a lot, and then he still can't fire anyway, but he'll be out of range of those Gene Stealers. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to move him up the bus, and then turn him back around again so that he can lay down Flame of Fire on these guys who are definitely going to follow him. So that will wipe out a whole bunch of those guys next turn, just once they've started coming in here, because this guy right here, he's at the front of the pack and he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he'll run out of movement just in front of Zale. So he should be able to flame probably those 4 tiles, maybe fill up that room again, but I don't think you'll be able to do that. Getting a lot of lag on this game. I think it's very poorly optimised, but it's a new game, so hopefully they'll fix that in future. I'm also running on maximum graphical settings, so that might have something to do with it. If he moves there, he can't Overwatch, so move forward. Hold on. There are no known contacts here, so I'm going to move him forward 2.
Moving.
And then he's going to Overwatch right there.
My aim is true.
You are going to move forward 2 here.
Securing position.
And you may as well go into Overwatch as well. Goriel, you're going to move up. Or are you? No, you're going to cover the rear. So you want to just turn around here. In fact, because this is the point that I really need to hold. And yeah, Zale, you're staying there. Now that means I've got 5 points, so I can move forward 3 and go into Overwatch. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll move this guy forward 3, crushing skulls in the process, and Overwatch right there. Alright, so we've got 3 guys on Overwatch. Zale is about to toast these guys as they come at us, and this guy is preparing to cover the rear. This is good.
Enemy sighted. Beware the alien.
That is a lot of Gene Stealers. Zale should be fine here. Yep, they've just run out of movement. So many Gene Stealers. Of course, they are technically infinite. He's going to move a long way. Yep, this is going to be interesting. I think... yeah, I'm going to need to bring in this guy to shoot as much as possible. But first things first, I need to do this before I forget. Wow, that's a lot of lag. In fact, I'm going to turn down the graphics just because that's so laggy. That's a little bit better. That's turned the graphics down considerably. I don't know why it's quite that laggy, it really shouldn't be. But anyway, Zale, you are going to flame right here, which will take out those 4 and make this corridor impassable. Alright, and that last Gene Stealer there survived. That's okay. Now Zale is going to go over here. So he's going to step backwards over here. And then this guy right here, he is going to stay... he'll stay right here and
Securing
overwatch.
position.
That's good. Zale could move more, but we'll see if he needs to. Now, I really want to get this flank watched, but it'll take him 2 to move forward and turn and shoot. I think what I'm going to do... you can't... oh, I haven't actually shown these guys yet. There's 6 guys there. That is fucking scary. Alright, you are going to turn and unveil.
We have contact.
Alright. If I shoot this guy once, I've still got some Overwatch ability. So I think what I need to do is, if I move this guy forward like that, he can then... no, that's a bad idea. If I move him like that, he will not have enough points to Overwatch, and I will only get 1 opportunity to shoot that front Gene Stealer. But I will only get 1 opportunity to shoot him anyway, because then he will attack him anyway. So I'm going to move him over there. I don't think there's any Gene Stealers up here. If there are, we could be in trouble, but I don't think there are. I think these are the only Gene Stealers I need to worry about right now. He cannot Overwatch. I don't have enough command points left. Sergeant Lorenzo, however, can. So I'm going to put him on Overwatch.
Watching for enemy contact.
And this guy, he needs to shoot at least once. That was terrible. And he can shoot 1 more time. Sustained fire kicked in, that is good.
Back.
And now he's going to Overwatch using up the last of his action points and my command points. So he's on Overwatch. Zale, I think, he's used all of his movement points. Yeah, this game is very badly optimised. It's the flames that does it, I think. The flames are just really badly optimised. So hopefully there's going to be a mod for that soon. But again, this game came out on the 15th, it's the morning of the 16th right now, so I can't really complain. So everyone is ready for this. Let's try and keep everyone alive. So we're going to get 1 shot as he moves forward.
Weapon malfunction.
Well, that could have gone better. I think he's dead.
You will pay dearly for my brother's life.
Alright. So Noctis is dead, because he rolled a double, I think. Not quite sure how that worked. Anyway. So we are a man down. These Gene Stealers are again forming up. There's so many of them! But yeah, I'm pretty sure we should have had more Overwatch shots there, but oh wow, he is in trouble. Fortunately, there's nothing back there, but he needs to turn around. That's the wrong button. Yeah, he needs to turn around, which is going to cost 2 points. Fortunately, I've got 5 command points. So you've got a free
A
shot there.
righteous kill.
Oh, he killed someone? I don't think he did. Okay, he did. So there was one right behind him and he killed him, so that's cool. So that was a free attack, basically. Now, Lorenzo, you need to move like this and shoot this guy in the back. Now that we're a Terminator down, we are in trouble, basically. We can't cover every position.
Drive them back.
That was good. Alright, so let's try and clear out some of these guys. That was
The
very
machine
good.
spirits guide my fire.
And let's try and shoot the guy behind him as well. No. Alright, I'm going to hold off on shooting him anymore for now. Now, Brother Goriel here, yeah, this is really laggy down here. This is pretty bad. Alright, if you shoot, you've got 4 AP, so you can shoot twice. It looks like you're going to need it. Apparently he rolled a double 1, but didn't jam his gun. That's interesting. Sustained fire. Still didn't kill him. So 3 and a 1, that's awful rolling. We're going to put him onto
They
Overwatch.
will fall.
And, oh, I need Zale to move up quite badly. So, right, how many points do I need? It depends. If he can kill this guy, which he can,
Cleanse the
I
monstrosity.
can then put this guy onto... No, I want to move him back, but no, I'll put him in
Securing
Overwatch this
area.
turn, and I'll move him back next turn, because it's just too many AP. If I turn him around, that's going to cost him all of his AP and leave 1 left. Which is not enough to go onto Overwatch. But he'll be able to go into Overwatch next time, and they can't reach him down this corridor, so he's pretty much safe. For now, anyway. So, you have 5 in fact, in which to run. So do that.
Objective logged.
So I want you to run. He's going to have to do a lot of fighting down here. I'm really hoping that we will be able to get to the control room, burn it before he gets overrun, because otherwise he will get overrun. There's just no two ways about it. He's definitely going to get overrun. So, that is everyone out of AP. Who did we lose? We lost Brother Noctis. That's a shame, but never mind. So,
Enemy sighted. My weapon has failed me.
oh, his weapon has jammed. I think he's out of movement, though. Wow. Okay, that is scary. Very first thing we need to do,
Unjamming
unjam
bolter.
your bolter. Right, now then, you've got 6 AP. He can get to the outside of this door. If I move him all the way, he can get there and face the door. I'm going to do it. Because that will win the mission, and this is of course called suicide mission. So if the other guy dies, then he dies, and there's nothing I can do about it. But we need to get this done for the sake of the other Terminators in the squad. Alright, so he's waiting to open the door. He can't do it because there's no more command points or action points. Now then, you can move backwards and then go on Overwatch, because there's definitely a Gene Stealer there. So Overwatch there.
Overwatch protocol initiated.
You need to shoot once and one time only. And you failed to kill him, but you have to go on
Flank
Overwatch.
secured.
I'm hoping that he will be able to shoot him here, and I haven't just wasted my time doing that. There's no way he'd win against all these Gene Stealers in close combat with a power fist, so hopefully he will get to take one shot at this guy and then shoot at all these guys as they attack, but he's probably dead. Almost certainly, who is this? Goriel is dead. And we want Lorenzo here to Overwatch.
They will fall.
It suddenly stopped lagging. What was that about? Weird. Alright, then turn and let's see if Goriel is going to die. I'm 99% sure he is. Yeah,
You
he's
will
straight.
pay dearly for my brother's life.
He was straight into melee combat, so there was nothing he could do. Is he going to attack Lorenzo as well? Possibly, but we're about to get overrun by Gene Stealers, so fortunately we're about to complete the objective. Oh wow, he's moving a long way. There are a lot of guys there too. He is probably going to reveal himself. No, he's not. Alright, well, I'm going to try to complete the objective immediately. Oh, this door is already open. Alright, just fire in here then. And can you just destroy the whole room? And that completes the mission.
It is done. The fires have consumed the control room in flame. There will be no escape for the enemy. Death is all that awaits them.
Alright, well, that I suppose was a good mission. Took us 10 turns. Took us half an hour to do that. It's ridiculous. Let's continue. So we killed 23 and we only lost 2. So that's a fairly good Gene Stealer to Blood Angel ratio.
We have tasted victory, but this is only the beginning. The enemy will come. A counterattack is inevitable. We must stand against the tide and turn it back. At the cost of blood, at the cost of our lives, this must be done. The main hibernating cluster will soon be within our reach. Sergeant of the squad, accept your orders. 1 squad will be sufficient. You will be in the very midst of the enemy. Deploy your forces to meet the onslaught. Seal the entry points or drown the enemy in their own blood. May vengeance be your strength and wrath your shield.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to do that next time because that is going to be the end of this particular episode. I think I will do 1 mission per video because they seem to be fairly long. They involve a fair amount of brain power, even if that brain power is somewhat flawed and does get Terminators killed. Very sorry, Blood Angels fans. So I'm going to do my best to keep them alive, but there are going to be casualties. But at least we managed to get the objective done, right? That's better than nothing. I mean, I could have used the Flamer more in the last mission and saved, what was his name, Brother Goriel, but yeah, well, c'est la vie. So I hope you've enjoyed, and we'll come back for the next mission, which is Mission 2, Exterminate. So, see you then.
We have contact. Purge the Stealers' filth. Brother down. Squad is broken. Avenge me, my brothers.
The Emperor has gifted us with a mission to redeem ourselves. The Blood Angels need no longer carry the burden of defeat. We have detected the sin of damnation near our home planet. Low-frequency scans of the Space Hulk reveal the presence of Gene Stealers.
Brothers, vengeance shall be ours. Squad Lorenzo, ready for deployment.
Hey there, and welcome to the first episode in what will be a new Let's Play. This is Space Hulk, the 2013 version. I remember when I was a little kid, I had in the Space Hulk Vengeance of the Blood Angels, which was released in, I think, 1995, and I absolutely adored that game. It was fantastic. It played straight from the CD-ROM. Of course, we had CD-ROMs back in those days, and it was a really fun game. I was never very good at it. I didn't really understand tactics and such at the time, but I was very much interested in Warhammer. I did also collect Warhammer tabletop version at that time. I was a vanilla marine, a Smurf collector, the Ultramarines. I also moved on to Eldar at a later date. So I collected a few things back then when I was small, and I also had Warhammer Quest, which was a great game, enjoyed that a lot. Unfortunately, that is discontinued as a board game, as is Space Hulk, in fact, although I believe they will probably, I say they, I mean Games Workshop, will probably bring out a new version of Space Hulk sometime soon, if this game, even down to the fact that apparently the first part of the campaign is the missions from the Space Hulk board game manual. I haven't actually played the tabletop game, but I've seen it played, and I sort of understand the rules. It's very simple, really. And this looks to be pretty much the board game on a PC, so fantastic. You don't even need to buy the models or anything, so this is great. It doesn't quite have the same feel as rolling dice, but there are dice rolls and such in this, and it tells you what they are and why everyone died, etc, etc. So pretty cool. I do have one niggling thing that annoys the hell out of me. It's a canonical thing, or canon. It is the very intro of this game, as you saw. It said 1,000 Blood Angels deployed. Now, in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, each team does well, because that's what they do. They're very, I want to say, consumer orientated, but no, they are money orientated, and if people enjoy this game and lots of people buy it, then I have no doubts it will return to the tabletop version. You can still get versions of Space Hulk for the tabletop from eBay and such. You can even still get some that have not been opened. They will cost you a pretty penny, but they may be worth it if you're into that sort of thing. Now, there are a couple of things I have to get off my chest before we start. The first is that I've only played like 3 missions of this game, which is the intro missions, to sort of get myself acquainted with the controls. Basically, I've done the tutorial basically, and it's very much like the original Space Hulk board game.